And you've been listening there to President Emmanuel Macron speak to the Moroccan Parliament. It's his first trip in 6 years as France is reassessing its roles with its former colonies in Africa. Morocco having been historically a keen economic and security partner. However, relationships between the two nations have indeed been fragile. Joining me now is our French politics editor, Marc Perelman, who's also a bit of a specialist there on African affairs as well. Clearly a warm round of applause when he talked about the fact that France has now reversed its position on Western Sahara and backing Morocco as a result.
A standing ovation, actually, the one and only standing ovation during the speech, except at the very end of the speech. But those are the words that Moroccan MPs and the Moroccan people wanted to hear from the mouth of the French president. They already saw it in writing when he penned a letter to the King of Morocco back in July, reaffirming, as he just said, that the present and the future of this region is inscribed within Moroccan sovereignty. And this is the words he repeated today, but hearing it from the president in this very solemn moment in front of the Moroccan parliament really drew a very loud round of applause. He then repeated that autonomy within the framework of Moroccan sovereignty was the one and only solution. This is what Morocco wanted to hear from France. This is what Morocco already heard from Donald Trump when he decided to do so a few years back, also from Spain, also from Germany. But obviously, given the colonial ties and all the links that Emmanuel Macron talked about at length between France and Morocco, this was something Morocco was waiting. And this is the reason why Emmanuel Macron was able to make that state visit after it was delayed many times, because Morocco was unhappy that France was not joining the United States, Spain on that position. And so this is why you had this very welcome speech. He also stressed that there would be a new strategic framework that should be signed between France and Morocco during a state visit by the King of Morocco to France next year. He said the King had accepted that such a visit would take place. And then he said the two countries signed reinforced exceptional partnerships. They try to find new words to express the closeness in many areas, from education to fighting climate change, to obviously new contracts, and so on and so forth.
So when it comes to resetting the relationship with Morocco, and really it's a case of building a bridge over troubled waters, by backing Morocco's stance on the Western Sahara region, what does it mean in terms of France's relationship with Algeria?
Well, it's not going well, obviously. Since Emmanuel Macron wrote that letter to the King of Morocco back on July the 30th, the reaction from Algiers, which backs essentially an autonomous movement there, but that Morocco doesn't recognize, was to recall its ambassador here in France, not just for consultation, but really recall. And the Algerian president clearly was very unhappy. He himself has delayed, we don't know until when, a visit he was supposed to make to France. Let's just remind our viewers that Emmanuel Macron really tried to improve the ties with Algeria for the past 5 years. He really tried, but there were always tensions, always problems, and he decided at the very end that it was probably not worth angering Morocco by trying to woo Algeria, and so he made an about face and decided that it would be better to court Algeria. Emmanuel Macron stressed in the speech that his position on Western Sahara was not, quote-unquote, hostile to anyone. We clearly understood that he was meaning Algeria by that, but obviously the Algerian president and the authorities there are very unhappy about that. But there was no way, given that Morocco and Algeria have very, very bad relationship right now, that he could make both Algiers and Rabat happy.